This is Menace. It's a turn-based tactical game that just went into early access, and it's unlike any of the other turn-based tactical games that I've played in recent years. So I'm fascinated by it. I've only played through like one solid mission so far, so I don't really know everything about it, but I wanted to sort of go through it with you and share how it works and see what we can learn about it. So let's start a brand new game so that we can look at it from the beginning. There's a bunch of this stuff.
If he is all we have left, then he is all we have left. Bring him in. Major, I am First Lieutenant Hayflick, Lead Intelligence Officer for the Wayback Mission. To be blunt, the Impetus suffered a straightening accident coming out of the gate.
Okay, so we're going to skip all of that stuff, but basically we are some giant ship from some, intergalactic government of some kind that is trying to sort of reclaim lost colonies. That it's a crumbling empire. There's this colony over here called the Wayback, which we haven't had control over for a long time, and it's ruled by its own little warring factions. And we're coming in to try to bring order to the galaxy. Not sure we're the good guys, but we arrived in this enormous ship that got damaged, and so we don't have the resources that we kind of expected to have coming in. So we're kind of starting from scratch, working our way up, and what we're trying to do is befriend some of the local factions by working with them to try to build our power in the region. At least that's how I understand it. So we've got these 8 squad leaders we can choose from among. In my original game, I went with Darby, Lim, Bog, and Tech.
Let's get it, sir.
So this time, I think I'm going to go with the other 4. So we'll select Pike.
Service is always an act of valor, Major.
What? SRU
Rewa?
Final testing underway.
Sir?
Carta.
Woohoo! I was wondering when I would get my shot.
But I just realized I shouldn't grab Achilles. And the reason is because there's this little icon in each of their corners. A little person means that this is a squad of soldiers. A vehicle means it's a pilot of a vehicle. And and they recommend that having 2 vehicles is going to be imbalanced and weird and leave you vulnerable. So I think I'm going to have to choose one of the original others that I had. I guess I'll go with Darby.
Nox has landed. Our eyes see everything.
Okay, so Rewa is my vehicle pilot. Carta, Pike, and Darby are my squad leaders. We'll confirm this. And now we're presented with missions scattered across all of these worlds. So we can look at this one. This one's an alien infestation on the planet called Dice of the Gods. And Dice of the Gods is one of the factions that I can build, trust with. There's Mach, which is another invasion. Oh no, it's a pirate invasion that we can try to thwart. And then the Zane Beecher Corp is who we are in faction with there. And then we've got another alien infestation here. So I gotta decide, do we want to go with aliens as our villains, or do we want to go with pirates? I've tried both. I was completely smoked by aliens the first time I tried, but also I was really, really unfamiliar with the game. And so I went partly through that mission, gave up, started over again, knowing what I knew. And then I went against pirates. So I think I'm going to do pirates again because that's the thing I've succeeded against before. So we'll hit start operation. And so this is showing me sort of the path that the mission will take. So the mission is actually multiple different missions sort of stacked together, and you choose your route through them. So we can choose one of these 2 starters. This one is difficulty 1 skull. This one is difficulty 2 skull. Well, I've definitely got a favorite right now because I'm not good at the game yet. This one is 1 skull, that one's 2 skulls, that one's 2 skulls, the final one, 2 skulls. Okay, just because I'm not very confident, we're going to take the 1 skull route. So we're going to secure the repair depot. So let's look at the objectives for this. We need to prevent hostile units from entering the target zone for 8 rounds. If too many of them stay inside for too long, the mission will fail. And I've seen this before. Basically what it means is they get inside a zone, and each time they're inside the zone, they whittle down a meter. And if I let them get that meter all the way down, I lose. But I can get bonus rewards for making sure that structures aren't destroyed without losing any of my own squads, and with and keeping control over the objective. That bar that gets whittled down, if I can keep that above 80 or 40%, then I get extra rewards. So that sounds good. let's plan the mission. So I've got my 4 squads here. I can't deploy Rewa, but that's because she's unequipped. She's a pilot. She doesn't have a vehicle. So we need to go through and equip all these people. Let's start with Rewa. So we're going to give her this troop carrier, and the troop carrier is going to have a machine gun installed. I don't think I come with equipment that fits into any of the rest of these slots. So I just click on them and they make a noise and nothing happens. That's all I can do with Rewa. Eventually I'll be able to level her up once I've got promotion points, but we can't do that yet. But now that I have got her, I can add her to the mission with the others. So the others I also need to try to equip. So let's look at Jane Darby here. So she has high accuracy and discipline compared... Oh, actually, no, this Pike's got a lot of discipline, but not as much accuracy. And Marta sucks. I think Marta might be the cheap one. I don't know what's going on here. Her stats seem pretty low. Her action points are 85. She's bad at everything. What is she good at something? No. Oh, no. Her promotion tax is 5. So that means leveling her up is faster. That's what we're getting out of this. And growth potential is 9 versus 2 for Pike and 5 for Darby. Okay, so basically, Marta starts out sucky, but she can get better faster. Whereas Pike doesn't get better very quickly at all. And similarly, Jane doesn't get better as fast. Okay, so that makes sense. Well, I don't know if I want to trust Marta with any of my better equipment. So let's look at Pike here. He's sort of the very professional guy. We can give him either one of these bonus weapons here. Why don't we say... Actually, yeah, toughness is 50. Hold on, let's back out of this again. Is there a difference in hit points? Hit points 8 for Jane, 10 for him. So he's tougher. So I think maybe keeping him in the close quarters infantry battles makes sense, whereas Jane can be my sort of longer range taking out vehicles person. I think that probably makes sense. So each time I assign them equipment, it starts filling up this loadout meter, and I can't get it. If I get into the red, that's bad. Luckily, I don't have enough equipment to get into the red, even if once I give them all bonus ammo in this slot right here. I can't get up here, but once I've unlocked like a bunch of like fancier weapons and things, I'll have to pick and choose which things I bring into battle because it just costs too much supply if I bring in too much stuff. So I think that's all the preparation I can do with these guys. So now we need to look at the battlefield over here. So the enemy is going to be coming from somewhere. Actually, historically... Oh, there we are. So they're going to come in from this side, it looks like. I don't see any other little enemy clouds. And I think this is I think this grid is the entire battlefield. So if these are the only enemy clouds, then I should expect all the enemies to come from the west. So we'll keep that in mind. So we're going to keep all of our guys here on the west. So Rewa is the vehicle. So having the vehicle out front because it can take the most damage makes sense. Let's keep her on the road. Let's position Jane. She's got this sort of shadowy figure here. Let's keep her back a little bit and behind cover because I want to be firing RPGs from her position. And then we'll have the other two sort of, I guess, guarding the entrances? I'm really not sure. I'm not exactly sure what all of this terrain is. So we'll have to kind of find it when we're out in the field. Okay, I think this is an okay set of decisions, though actually it might make sense to keep somebody back in case somebody gets inside. If somebody just shoots right past us in a vehicle, we should have somebody who can oppose them. So let's go with something like that. Again, this is my third attempt at a new mission, so I am new, and so I could be making bad decisions and not even be aware of it. Oh, but there is one more thing I need to make sure to do, and this is something I didn't do before. Manpower. I'm not actually sure where do we track how much manpower I have available, because I think, yeah, so I can increase the number of people in each of these squads. Now the most important one for me to increase is Pike's squad, because I'm going to be trying to get him into the most hand-to-hand or at least close quarters fighting, and similarly Carta is going to be getting into close quarters fighting, less so with Jane, and so. But it looks like we have enough manpower that I can fill her up too, so I will. Manpower is not an issue for vehicles. So And this was a mistake that I made early on. I did not know about this manpower button up here. And so I was going in with half-size squads, or when a squad would be injured or like reduced, I would send him in with 2 or 3 people. And that was part of why I was losing. So I've learned just a little bit, just enough to suck less than I did originally. But I think that's everything. So let's hit start mission and see what kind of trouble we get into. Okay, trying to figure out where my head belongs on the screen. I think here. I think this might be the safest place. I really want to advocate that video game developers think more about where the head of the person streaming or recording video of their game belongs, because there's some very UI heavy games that would benefit a ton from giving us a place to stick things. So right now it's terrain flyouts that are appearing behind my head that you can't see, and I'm hoping that that's fine if you don't see that. I guess I could also go in the upper left corner. I'm covering up some of my people, but maybe that doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try upper left. I'm gonna see how that works. All right, so let's have a look at the terrain. So there's a lot of this darkness out here. So this is like a place where I know what's here, but I'm not observing it right now. Beyond it are the spaces where I just don't know what's here at all. You can see that there's some terrain over here that's skewing the shape of it. But from where my vehicle is and where everybody's standing, I'm pretty sure this is the direction the enemy was going to be coming from. And it looks like they're going to have some cover when they're on their way in. So I should expect either vehicles from the enemy to come barging through and get as close to me as I can and try to just get in behind me, or I should expect to see them dump infantry out here and shoot at me from behind cover. And I need to be prepared to deal with either of those. The way that the turn-based stuff works in this, by the way, is we go back and forth moving units. And so, I'll move a unit, then the enemy will move a unit, then I'll move a unit, then the enemy will move a unit. But I decide which units to move in which order. So, for instance,
Orders.
I'm not going to move Jane because she's already in a good position. So I'm just going to leave her here for as long as I can, so that if the enemy comes into view, Jane can shoot at them in response. But anyone who's not in a good position up front, for instance, Pike here, he needs to move behind cover. I wasn't sure what everything was when I was making the plan, but I did not get him behind cover, so I should put him behind cover here. So I'm moving him first. And then I'm going to hit the deploy button. What this does is I think it improves his defense and offense stats, and it also unlocks his ability to use special weapons and things like that. So I'm going to deploy him, but he has to undeploy again in order to move. And you can see deploying and undeploying costs action points. He's got action points right here. He has 100 that he starts with. Each of these actions costs something. And so when I deploy him, that uses extra action points, but it puts him into position now to use this gun. So if there had been enemies out here, I could now fire his LMG at them. But I can't. I decided to prioritize moving him first to get him into defensive position. So we'll hit end turn.
What?
Okay, so they were allowed to move, but did not, or I'm not sure. Actually, there's this little icon up here. Maybe they don't get to move. Maybe I get to make an initial move before anybody else does anything. So I think what I want to do is move my vehicle a little further back, because this vehicle could do a lot of damage from a long range. Though actually, I'm not sure about that, because also, if enemies do hide back here, I want to be able to rocket up next to them and flank them. So actually, yeah, let's keep it right here, but let's rotate it. Because this vehicle, if I want to shoot it forward, it has to turn first, and turning takes movement points. So now it's facing the right direction. We'll leave it there.
Sir?
And then Carta, I think I want to just have her hang back. Because sometimes an enemy will, because we get to take entire turns, and it's not like we don't have things like attacks of opportunity and stuff like that to prevent movement past my lines. I don't have Overwatch to try to, stop people. And so they can, if they've got a high movement vehicle, just shoot right past my line. So I want to hold somebody in reserve for that. So I'm going to deploy Carta and then end her turn.
Let's do this.
And now we're back to Jane Darby, and she hasn't had the chance to do anything, so I'm just going to end her turn right there. So now we're in round 2. The enemy, I think that might have been a grace period for me. I think the enemy's going to start coming at me now. So the question is, okay, I think the least important person to move is Carta. So I'm going to have her end her turn first. I'm trying to see, Is there a way for me to just delay someone's move? I feel like I played the demo of this ages ago, and I feel like there was a way to put someone's move off. But maybe I'm remembering a different game. I think I might have to just give up her turn because I'm not ready to act. Though I actually am starting to doubt my placement of her. Maybe I should have put her behind this civilian vehicle, because she can still reach back here, but she can also contribute to the front if she wants to. I think that's a better move, actually.
Heading there.
So since I'm going to be wasting her turn anyway, let's stick her here. By the way, if any of you out there have played this game and know it better than I do, feel free to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so we've got a vehicle coming from this side, but it seems like he's a little trapped. I don't think he can make that diagonal move. So I might hold back on attacking him. I'm not even sure. Can Jane attack him? No, she can't. Not from there. It just occurred to me I have not deployed Jane yet, so maybe I should do that eventually. But... Oh, notice, by the way, I can go inside the vehicle if I want to, but I don't want to.
Sir.
So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna... What's this? Taking command. Oh! Pike's got a special ability that lets him give moves to other people. That's cool, but I'm gonna end his turn right now. Okay, this is who I want Jane to shoot at. So,
Eyes open.
we've kept Jane in reserve here so that we could deploy her and then have her fire an RPG.
Clear!
Yes! I like how you work.
Thanks.
So she destroyed the vehicle and expelled the unit of infantry that was inside the vehicle. And that unit of infantry took half its health and damage and is also a little bit suppressed. And it says they're stunned, which I'm not sure what that means exactly, but it's good for me and bad for them. And that's all she can do. She's got 30 moves left, but nothing I want to do, so we're going to end her turn. But here comes somebody who's trying to get behind my lines.
Up for.
Okay, okay.
So luckily, vehicles are armed less from behind, and this is a particularly lightly armored vehicle. So I'm going to try to shoot it from here. Side armor hit.
More!
Oh, look at that. I think I took out the infantry that was in the back. So I think this is no longer a threat. I don't think there's anyone else I can shoot at, though. It does look like if I needed to rocket forward, I would be using a lot of my... Well, no, I've just shot, so I can come over there and I can shoot again. I'm feeling like I should move just forward just a little bit to hedge my bets.
What?
Okay, round 3 begins. So again, I can't see any enemies that I can attack. This guy might do something eventually, but right now he's not really available. So again, I think I'm going to waste Carta's turn. These guys going to figure out what they're doing?
What?
One thing that's worth pointing out about this game is this objective is like you don't have to defeat all the enemies. In fact, you can end the mission as soon as you've achieved this primary objective. You can end the mission wherever. There isn't like a final cleanup phase or anything like that. Like if there's something you want to do that involves a secondary objective, you can overstay the main objective. Like if you achieve the main objective but there's some secondary objectives you want to get, you can stick around until you've got the secondary objectives. You can stay as long as you want. But this is your only objective. And it's very easy to miss this, to be like, oh man, I gotta defeat all these enemies and like position yourself poorly because you think you have to engage everyone. When actually, there's some missions where it's a hit and run mission. You need to kill 30% of the enemies and then just get away. And in missions like that, you want to, plan your tactics accordingly. So in this case, I just need to keep them out of the target zone for 8 rounds. I don't need to get them all. The fact that this vehicle is being weird over here, that only helps me. It's not a problem. So I'm going to,
Sir.
I guess, again, end this guy's turn. Unless, wait, no. Can he shoot these guys? No, they're too far away. They got to get closer. So, yeah, I mean, this is the more powerful unit compared to him. So I think I'm going to end his turn.
What?
Oh, are we just out of enemies? We just jumped straight from him to this guy with nobody doing anything. Now, this guy might be able to hit these guys, but they're under pretty heavy cover, so I don't know how useful he's going to be. However, he can at least suppress them. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, so that that yellow meter that filled up, that was their suppression, and I think they hit the deck because of it. I think that's why I can't see them anymore. So they're not dead, or this question mark wouldn't be there, but they're way less of a threat than they were before.
Let's do this.
And now we've got Jane, who's got, again, no one to shoot at.
What?
And these guys taking a long time is only helping me.
Sir,
What?
It'll be really funny if they're just out of guys and they're
Let's do this.
look. So enemies have morale in this game. The way, I'm not sure if this is what's happening with them, but if you break an enemy's morale, they will flee, and fleeing is the same as dying as far as the objectives are concerned. Like, just eliminating an enemy force includes the enemy force fleeing. So if these guys are fleeing, great, I've beaten them. I'm just gonna keep ending my turn.
Sir?
sir.
I think
Let's
we've
do
broken.
this.
I think we've broken the enemy. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now we've got a problem. Because Jane is the one that can deal with these guys, but they might be out of her range. Yeah, they're out of her range. And I don't know if she can move close enough. And this is one thing that's tough about the deployment feature, is the fact that I can't plan moves as long as this is active. So to even find out if she can move to a space where she can hit these guys, I have to first commit to undeploying her. That feels like a limitation on the tactics of the game. I've often been kind of screwed over a little bit by the fact that I couldn't predict whether a certain move I wanted to do was possible, because before I could even test it out, I had to undeploy, and then sometimes I wasted those action points because I found out I couldn't do the thing I wanted to do. But this game is also in early access, and they're still working on making all this stuff easy to do. So, the question is, who can hit these guys? So, sometimes obstacles are permeable and sometimes they're not. This one looks like it's permeable. So it may be that I can hit these guys with Carta. She won't, because she's fighting on an armored vehicle, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. It might be better to shoot at them first with, what's her name? Was it like Reiwa? With Reiwa? Both of us are going to hit their front armor though, so we're going to do this, but...
Now put them out of their misery.
Okay, we did get one person. And we can fire twice.
Kuta! I didn't punch through.
Why can they move twice? They just showed up. Okay, well, I made the right decision.
Sir?
Because now they're closer to Carta. Though... they're also undercover behind their vehicle. It's kind of so I kind of like this. Like, they've got troop transports that are genuinely very useful in the way they're intended to be useful. Not only do they protect the troops while they're moving, but also the troops can hide behind them when they get out. And it really protects them. And these things are, I mean, yeah, you saw me take it out with one RPG. It's hard to coordinate those, though. I mean, these are legitimately very, very powerful defensive units, more so than a lot of games that I see, because you see a lot of games where it's like the tanks are really powerful, but the troop transports are really weak and flimsy, and I'm like, why would I even put my guys in a troop transport if they're really weak and flimsy, and the guys inside would be better off behind hard cover, but they are actually pretty effective in this game. So they're wavering. Their health is getting pretty low. They'll flee if I can get them to waver again. And I've completely filled up their suppression meter. So let's hit them again. Okay, no effect that time. I think my previous shot was lucky. Okay, now these guys, they didn't properly flee. They just got behind different cover.
Sir.
So they're still here. But again, my guy here can't do much about it. So I think I'm just going to end his turn.
Let's do this.
Good. And then we're going to shoot at him, probably to no effect. Okay, no, we hit one, and we're suppressing them. Oh, we've messed them up again. Okay, they're doing something different. And you hear people taking little pot shots between turns. I think Carta's troops, yeah, they're taking little pot shots to keep these guys behind cover, which is kind of fun. Oh, here we go.
What?
Okay. Again, this is what Darby's for. They're just out of Darby's range. Okay. Okay, so what we got to do is move Darby. We got to undeploy Darby. Move Darby a step closer, which limits her cover. So she's exposing herself here. So we've got 72 left. So if we were to move behind cover, that's a kind of a double that will leave me with only 36 movement points. So I won't be able to deploy again and fire. But with 72, I can deploy and I'll have 52, and then I still can't fire. Okay, you know what? No matter what, I can't fire. So I'm just going to get under
Moving to
cover.
waypoint.
I suspect that by the time Jane has the opportunity to move again, these guys will have moved and have debarked. But I'm going to get her in position, and ideally, if they don't move first next turn, I'll be able to move her first. But they might even get double moves, so yeah, I'm still figuring out some of the details here. Yeah, civilians! Protect yourselves! No, don't just go right out there. Did you notice the space pirates? Okay. New round, right? New round? No, this is the same round. Same round where Jane moved. Okay, never mind. These guys are kind of exposed, but they're also not really a threat to me. These guys... Okay. Let's see what Carta can do. Can she take him out? Yep.
Hostile eliminated.
So they were going to flee, but also she killed them all. So... Cool. Since the other remaining threat is over here, I'm going to move Carta. No, I'm not. I'm going to move Carta to be taking cover behind this building in case these guys just rocket in and engage her, which they can do. I wonder if what I've been perceiving as a double move is actually them moving at the end of one round and then at the beginning of another round.
What?
Okay, well that's not great for me. Again, Jane can't move.
Sir.
Or can she? I've never used this ability before. Plus 40 AP to a friendly unit within 6 tiles. If they have already completed a turn, they can go again. Okay, let's do that. So he's given them points, so they can move again this turn. And then he can still fire. He can't fire at those new enemies, and he can't afford to move either. So he's going to shoot it. No, he can't. We can't do a dang thing. So, you know what? I'm going to stand him up and move him just a little bit closer.
Moving to cover.
He can't do anything else, and he's a little bit exposed, but I think that's fine. Okay, I want this guy to be able to move and attack somebody. Problem, so I need to have 40 action points remaining when I move. And this position is not telling me I can attack anyone. But
Engines engaged.
let's see what I can do. So I move here. And then I can attack them. By the way, if you shoot across your own guys, or even with your own guys deeper behind your shot, you can hurt your own guys. So you got to be careful. This shot might actually endanger my guys. These guys are way less dangerous to me, so I'm going to go after these guys, because if I can suppress them, that can protect Jane. Yes.
Only I was in my ship.
And now Jane gets to go. So they're under cover from Jane, but they're suppressed, and this will help make the force suppressed. When Jane has more movement, I might try to get her behind them to flank. And now we're at round 8. So unless the enemy has got a magic trick up their sleeve, we've got them. So let's... Okay, so the problem is I can move to flank them, but then you'll see I don't have any attack left. And so actually, I think just shooting from here, which was safe for Jane last time, I think I just do that again.
They cower like
Now
dogs.
they're pinned down. The civilians are just milling about.
Sir?
All right. So yeah, I think we should, now that they're pinned
Orders.
down, let's move Jane over the cover
Catching a corner.
And then flank them.
Keep it up, Marine.
Thanks.
All right, they're gone. And actually, this position protects us from these guys. So I think I'm actually gonna deploy and end my turn.
Sir?
And finally, well, not finally,
Sir.
we got Pike. Pike has to shoot through his own vehicle to hit those guys. But he could also
Move out.
take his own vehicle as cover, which means I think he can shoot past them effectively. And we've got 55 left, so I can't deploy first. So let's just fire.
Nice! Rip them apart.
Nice! I think that's everybody.
Always ready.
Carter's got nothing
Good
to
job,
do.
Marines. Let's
Mission accomplished. So I think I actually did get all of the enemies, but even if there had been enemies left on the field, because I've completed this, I can leave the mission anytime I want to. And these are not marked complete yet, because you only find out if they're complete if you've ended the mission, but they will be complete when I end it. So there we go, mission success. We did everything. We got some promotion points. We got some items as our rewards, some armor, some throwables, a new kind of gun. And we can see the state of everybody. Everybody's got some kill count. That's good. And now we can look at our squads and level them up. So over here, if we look at Jane Darby, she's got a bunch of different things, like different powers that we can buy when we level her up. And so we get this resource called promotion points. And actually, I need to move my head so you can see them. Promotion points. I got 22 of them. And if I wanted to buy this one, it would cost 20 promotion points. I'm curious, how much does it cost to level up Carta? 20. Okay, then I was misunderstanding what her stat was, like promotion tax. Maybe it's for how much the cost escalates as you go up the tree or down the tree. I don't know. Okay, so I'm not sure how this works. How promotion points work. It seems like it just costs 20 no matter who you are. But my favorite thing, at least at this stage in the game, my favorite thing to pick up is this, athletic, because it reduces the move cost slightly, but it reduces deploy costs significantly. And so because Jane Darby's whole raison d'etre on the team is to be using that RPG whenever a vehicle shows up, that means making her athletic so she can deploy quickly and cheaply makes a big difference to her effectiveness. So I'm going to hit that.
Service is always an act of valor.
But I could have picked a solid grouping, so if she's aiming at the same enemy multiple times, she gets an accuracy bonus, scout to view further, growth potential, which, so that means that she as an individual, as a leader, will gain attributes faster. I don't know how that works though, so I don't value it very highly. And then concealment. There are certain tiles where if you're on them, the enemy can't see you, and you can take them by surprise. They can shoot right past you, and you flank them, that sort of thing. So she can get better at that. And each of them has actually got a different trait. They've some of the same ones in common, like athletic seems to be very common, but he doesn't have concealment. Pike has standby. Standby. He can wait in combat to act later. I did see this in the demo. It's just a special power you unlock on some people. Got it. Okay. Anyway, so I chose the one for Jane. But we can also mess with their equipment. So you can see outcast rags. It's the same as the fatigue that she's been wearing, but it offers more concealment. So let's put those on her and on Carta. And then I believe we also have... We didn't get a new special weapon, but we did get a new regular weapon. We got the pirate pipe gun. And so the new weapon you're considering is on the right, and the weapon you've currently got equipped is on the left. And so the pipe gun is cheaper to field than the C1A2 SCP, but it does significantly more armor damage. It has less armor penetration, but it hurts the armor more. It also has higher suppression, but a lower rate of fire. So you're firing less, you're suppressing more, and you're damaging armor more. So because she doesn't have another backup weapon, I'm kind of inclined to give her this, just because I think it means that she might be able to suppress a little bit more. And of course, it's suppression per shot, because if its rate of fire is half, and its suppression is plus 50%. That might actually be less suppression overall. Maybe I'll hold on to this. Maybe I'll just save this. But because, again, she doesn't have a special weapon, let's give her one of these throwables. So this right here, this is Bundle Grenade. It ignores cover. It's anti-vehicle. That's the big thing. It's anti-vehicle. I want her to have the ability to take out a vehicle. Whereas this one is a scrap bomb, and it's basically just a grenade. So let's give her this. And I also I'd like him to have something that is a little bit more indirect too. So even though this means he'll carry less ammo, I think for his primary weapon, let's give him a grenade too. So she's got her RPG, so she's got extra ammo here. He's got a grenade. She's got an anti-vehicle grenade. I think that's me making good use of my stuff. Now, the black market allows me to sell the things I'm not using. So I have an extra one of these. And you know what? We're going to get more pirate pipe guns in the future. So I can just sell this. But this isn't just selling. This is trade. And so you want to try to... I don't think you can just sell something for currency. You have to actually, trade it for things you want. And right now, all I could afford is this. Unless I would be trading 2 of these to just get 1 more of them. That doesn't make any sense. So I think I'm going to save this up. But the thing I'm really saving up for is this, a squad leader dossier. This is how I get more squad leaders into my team. And especially if they can get wounded and stuff, which they can do, then they'll be out of action for the rest of a mission, and you're going to need to, to have a backup character to bring in. And also it just raises your power overall. Okay, so I'm not going to sell anything. And instead, I don't know, want to do another mission? Let's do another mission. Let's do, so we got, okay, I think we said sabotage supply infrastructure, because again, it was another low difficulty one, which said I could manage. So we're here to sabotage fuel tanks, sabotage a generator, and get all units to the evac zone. And we also benefit from doing it fast, which I've never been able to do. Not lose anybody, destroy less than 30% of enemy units, so doing it quietly gets me a bonus. And destroy less than 3 structures. Okay, so this is a type of mission I've never done before. Holy crap. Okay. There's enemies everywhere. I start down here. My evacuation zone is here. And the stuff I'm supposed to sabotage is here and here. So I don't know what these enemies are going to know and how they'll be able to move around. But it does seem like this is more accessible to me than that. From here, like, it feels like I might be able to sneak around back here. The question is, do I want to keep my whole squad together, or do I want to split them up? I've never done this type of mission before, so I don't know what to expect from the enemy behavior. Let's see if splitting them up makes any sense. So let's have Rewa and Carta work together. I can load Carta into Rewa's truck. And then let's have Sneaky Jane and Pike working together on this side. Again, this might be stupid. I've got no idea if this is a good idea, but we've got an anti-vehicle weapon on both sides, and I could re-equip these guys if I wanted to change my mind about their equipment. But we've got an anti-vehicle weapon on both sides. We got 2 and 2. I think this makes sense in theory. However, but I'm outstripping my supplies. I think I actually might. I couldn't hit the start mission button as long as the supplies are outstripped, so I did have to give her the crappier gun. Luckily, she's paired with Rewa, who's got an amazing gun. So hopefully this will all work as intended. I don't know. Luckily, there's an autosave before every mission.
No matter what happens, it's all an experience.
Okay, so here's something I've never done. I have never loaded an infantry unit into a vehicle before. So we're going to have a fun new time. And it looks like, so we've got these units over here headed up this way. It's marked where I need to sabotage stuff. And it's marked my evacuation point. So. Now I imagine if I really wanted to do this in 10 turns. Oh wait, no, I've still got Carta. Don't get out.
What?
If I wanted to finish this in 10 turns, I'm wondering would that require 2 vehicles? Because they set pretty aggressive completion times, and I've never gotten anywhere close to them. And I should move myself back over here. I've never gotten anywhere close to them, but part of that might have been my inexperience, like just not knowing how to move quickly. But I think part of it may also just be, oh, look at this. What? Wait a minute. Oh, it's Pike. Never. I thought I was still looking at the vehicle. I was like, wait, I can throw grenades, but no, I'm Pike. So yeah, so I don't know if it's just my inexperience or if I'm just equipped badly for it. Like if I wanted to go after those time-based objectives, maybe prioritizing getting another pilot in here is how I would want to do it. But okay, so I'm gonna move Pike up here, and we're gonna see if we can stay concealed.
Sit rep, scavengers.
But nope, I don't think we have. I think we've been found. That's fine. We'll get behind
Sit rep,
cover.
scavengers.
This tall cover's pretty powerful. Oh, but there's 2 bad guys over there.
Let's do this.
I'm not sure if I've got the drop on them or not over here. So in smaller scale tactical games, frequently they basically treat it as if you can lean around a wall at someone, you're flanking them. They have no cover. But this is a smaller scale, or like larger scale. It's the people are tinier, your view is bigger. And so I'm not sure. Let's see if we can find out how this works. However, I was going to go up this way, but I think that I might need
Oscar Mike.
to go up this way instead so that she is flanking them. Note, she can deploy much more cheaply than before, so she's gonna. And now these guys, ooh, they're going that way.
What?
All right. So I'm going to, because I don't know what to, so I know that there's not supposed to be any enemies this direction, but I'm not going to move as far as I can possibly move, in case I need to take something back. But actually, I should have moved far enough to fire, but I didn't do that. Oh no, grenade. Crap. Crap!
We've got KIA. Another
Wow.
casualty, Major.
I had not been planning for that. And actually, what was I thinking? I shouldn't have moved. That guy was just auto-selected, so I moved him? I could have prevented that. Like this.
Pause.
They can't fire while they're suppressed. If I was playing this on my own, I would have restarted the mission, because that was an insane thing for me to do. Look at that.
Shield reasserted.
I destroyed them. That's why I put Jane there. But I just forgot. I just wasn't paying attention to the fact that, like, well, what I had was just habits from other games like XCOM that made me think, oh yeah, of course, well, I can't control the order in which people move, so I just take it in the order it comes. No, that's not how this game works. Actually, you know what? Like, I'm serious enough about this. I want to explore more of this mission. And I think I'm going to fail now because I've lost basically almost that entire squad. So let's restart this. Okay, I restarted the mission and made basically the same moves again, though because I had a little bit of foresight and feel like I learned something from this, I started Jane a little bit closer so she can actually shoot at them on the earlier turn. So this is a little bit of abuse of time travel, which normally I would feel a little bit ashamed of, but I'm also still just learning how this game works, and so I feel like I get a little bit of leeway for that. And notice, the thing that I should have paid attention to was, because this route was so full of enemies, I was not going to be able to sneak by them. That's crazy. I was going to have to engage them, which means I should have lined my people up behind cover instead of lining them up in the open where there was a gap between the enemies. That gap was never going to be real. And now that I understand that, it's clearly much better to line them up behind the cover. So that's what I did, and because she was lined up behind cover, she got here on turn 1 instead of on turn 2. So she can actually shoot at them right now. And look how effective that is. Now, they didn't flee that time, but actually, you know what I should have done? Because they were pinned, she should have shot at the other guys afterwards. I wasn't thinking about that. But, taking advantage of some of my foreknowledge, there's no enemies over here, so I'm just going to run all the way to the end here. Yep, unfortunately, they start the round firing. Luckily, they're bad at it. Okay, now this time I'm not going to move that car just because I can.
Eyes open.
I'm going to shoot at these guys who are outside of cover.
Trinketing ain't easy.
They're suppressed.
Hostiles fleeing the engagement.
And they're pinned. And I think because they're pinned, this guy's going to take them out, so I'm going to undeploy Jane, and I'm going to start moving Jane. Oh wait, these guys are still here, aren't they? I'm not going to start moving Jane. Oh, actually. Yeah, I'm going to leave her here. She's undeployed, so she can move faster next time. Oh crap, we got new guys. What?
We've got movement.
We do have movement. That's true. Okay, let's see what we can do with these guys.
Sir.
So these guys aren't that much of a threat because there's not that many of them. I need to suppress these guys as hard as I can.
They're pinned.
Okay. So notice, by the way, the number of uses. This has a 16 on it. This is my normal fire. I can do this a lot. Usually you don't need to shoot 16 times in a match. This, I've used 1. I only have 5 total. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use it again because I need to do as much damage to these guys as I possibly can.
Hey! Not cool.
And they're wavering now, which is cool. But these guys, I don't know if 2 segments of suppression is going to keep them from attacking me, but I think I'm still relatively safe from them. There's not very many of them. So we're going to go with this.
Always ready.
And finally, Carta is going to do nothing. But it does look like... Okay, no, she can't throw stuff. She looks like she can't shoot and fire and throw things out of the back of this. She just has to hang out.
What?
Okay. So, let's see what kind of damage he can do to these guys. Okay, he's killed them. Suppressed them. I was kind of hoping that we could get a move on. Oh yeah, that guy's... he's not messing with us. Alright, so unfortunately, I'd hoped that guy would stick around so Jane could finish him off. But instead, I think Jane's got to try to finish off these.
Major, keep your eyes on this Marine.
There we go. Unfortunately, she doesn't have anywhere safe that she can move to. I mean, technically, I think these guys might not be able to shoot her if she moves up here. Again, I want to keep making progress because there's a lot of enemies out here. So if I can move her up a little bit, that might make her too vulnerable to this guy. I mean, can she shoot at him? Yes, but I worry that I'm shooting way too close to my own guys. But they are suppressed now. Yeah, I don't feel good about getting out at this stage. Though I guess if I move first next turn. Okay, you know what? I am going to move out here. This is making me vulnerable. But if I get to move first next turn, I'm not sure what the rules are there.
What?
Then maybe we'll be fine. Okay, so let's move up here. By the way, I'm assuming that next turn I'll be able to... Oh yeah, I can crush this gate. So I don't know how sabotaging something works and if it's dangerous. So I'm going to keep out of the zone. No, I can't because I want to eject the character. Okay, so we are going to... Okay, so it's her turn. So she's going to get out.
Hostiles advancing.
Oh, crap. We got hostiles. So I'm assuming that all she has to do is end her turn in this zone. I also don't know if this is explosive and it's going to get me killed. They're leaving, luckily. They're not.
Hostiles.
Okay, new turn starting.
Orders.
Recognizing when a new turn starts. It makes a noise. But yeah, it's really important. Okay. Let's try to suppress these guys some more. That's making me... I mean, she does have my best accuracy. Okay, okay, they're dead.
On this Marine.
I appreciate it.
They're dead. All right. Still, though, moving up feels dangerous. Let's... I'm taking a risk exposing her here. Okay. Probably fine. These guys are moving in, though. Oh, no. Okay, so... It says sabotage the fuel tanks. However, I don't know how that is done. Sabotage. Okay, so she can do the sabotage, but I'm going to worry about that after I worry about these guys. So they're under cover. How good is their cover? I'm not really going to shoot from here. Cover's pretty good. Now if I go here, can I shoot? No. If I go here, can I shoot? No. If I go here? Yes? Okay, so I can't move very far. But at least I can get my own squad out of the way. And then maybe I can suppress them. Okay, they're suppressed.
Fear me.
Oh, but there's more.
Hostiles advancing.
Okay. Well, let's do the sabotage action. It's completed. And then let's get inside. Assuming these guys don't have an RPG. Oh, what? Hey, stop it. Wait, did she get in or didn't she? She didn't get in because she didn't have enough movement points. Enough action points. I hadn't thought about that. Okay. Well, let's undeploy.
Listen up. We're moving.
Look, we're at turn 4 right now. Finishing this in 10 was sort of the goal. That is not happening. Nothing like that is happening. Okay.
Sir?
New round. Actually, before we... What does it take? It takes 30 to get in there? I could shoot once before I do that.
Here we go.
Okay, I damaged them a little bit. I was hoping I would, like, pin them or, like, suppress them or something, but that didn't happen. I still have a goal to not kill that many of them.
What?
Alright. Let's... Again, I want to move to a position where I can still shoot. Ideally, twice. Okay. Yeah, let's shoot these guys.
Put down every dog.
They're pinned down, and the enemy... We know they're here. You can shoot at a tile, not being able to see it, and still get benefits from it. You're unlikely... You're not going to be as accurate, but... You can do something. Usually suppression is what you're accomplishing when you're firing blind.
Let's do this.
Just like
103rd heading to cover.
in other tactical games. Alright.
What?
Alright, so again, let's move only enough that I can still fire.
They really hate us.
Yeah, because they're behind cover, my ability to impact them is limited,
Sir?
but also I'm kind of keeping myself safe from them, so that feels good. Okay. I'm gonna move Pike gingerly this direction. Sometimes you want to just, you know, sometimes you want to just run somebody across a long distance, but
Get to cover.
in a game like this where revealing the enemies, revealing yourself to the enemy is a big
Eyes
problem,
open.
it's often smart to go step by step in case you need to change your mind about what you're doing. So you look for the preview of what your character's going to do, of what, like, you know, the move that will take you there looks like. But then you take it one step at a time.
Moving to cover.
In case there are people there. Okay.
Always win.
So, same tactics as before. Oh wait, no, not. Okay, yeah. Let's end turn with her.
What?
Okay, Rewa. So we're just gonna be creeping along because we're firing at these guys at every step of the way. Actually, I only get 7 more of these. So you know what? I'm not gonna fire every step of the way. So it's easy, by the way, sometimes I will read this 40. That's the number of action points. Sometimes I will accidentally read it as the number of times I can do this. I can only do it 7 more times. So if I go here, okay, if I go there, I'll only have 36. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn. I'll move it just a little bit further. Because turning costs movement. Then I'll fire at them one more time.
Great shot.
Or destroyed. That also works. It looks like the other guys I was firing at actually just ran away. Like, they're not here anymore. I assumed that they were still nearby, but no, they've gone somewhere. All right. That's it for Rewa.
Sir? Orders?
All right. So Jane can now get pretty darn close. And I don't know if anyone is guarding this place. I remember the middle of this area looked pretty sparse.
Hustle 103rd.
Okay, I think she's done.
Sir?
And she's not going to do anything.
Who, sir? On task.
We'll keep him caught up with her.
What?
Okay, and now we're starting again. These guys are dead, so... okay, so what I eventually want to do is that. So I guess, you know what, let's just move diagonally. We'll see if we reveal the guys that ran away. There they are. Can I shoot? Yes, I can still shoot.
Sir?
So, by the way, I've already failed to destroy less than 30% of the enemy units. And I'm not making any progress on that, but keeping the guys suppressed does seem like it's safer for me also, considering the fact that I'm also going to bring my infantry in this direction. There's no way I'm doing it in 2 more turns, though. If basically, it looks like it would have been possible either if I had been operating with 2 vehicles and speedrunning it, or if I had kept these guys moving somehow rather than getting them pinned down in this fight. I might have been able to make 10. So 10 does seem achievable if I really know what I'm doing. But I don't, so there you go. So let's have
Orders.
her
Oscar Mike.
go Oscar Mike. Okay, and then can we sabotage? Yes.
Sir?
And then Carter's not going to do anything.
Who, sir?
And then I guess because we've done the sabotage,
Attention. Moving to cover.
we can start making a beeline for the exit. I think, yeah, so he's a little slower. Oh, whoa, enemy. Okay. I was about to say, he's a little bit slower than Jane. And so it makes sense for him to sort of be ahead of her so she can catch up. But I'm actually thinking now I should... Oh, they're not coming after me. Interesting. All right.
Sir.
I'm nervous. Let's undeploy him. Get him over here. I don't know if those guys moved up because they can't see me or what. But I'm not going to make 10 moves anyway. So let's stop him back here.
What?
What's the good way to do this? So these guys are not very threatening, but they're still kind of a threat. Yeah, take that, cactus. Here they are. So I'm not... Sometimes a vehicle will just be on and off about whether it can detect something, and I'm not sure what the rules are exactly. Can I rotate? Yeah.
Sir?
I think they might just have complicated view cones.
Orders?
So let's get Jane up here. And we can't see over here, so it could be that these enemies are unaware of me, and they're just going to keep patrolling. If that's the case, great.
Always ready.
What?
Okay, so because we're not getting out this turn, we will have failed that objective. That's fine. It's fine. I can deal with it.
Get to cover.
Now that he's got his full move, I can more
Seeking cover. Hostiles.
confidently move him. Oh, look at that. Oh, whoa, we've got hostiles guiding this approach. Okay. Well, you know what? I think I'd rather than deploying him, I'd rather just move him into better cover with a better angle, with room for her to also get there. Except these guys, if they know what's going on, they could flank me, but they're kind of at a distance, so maybe this is fine.
What?
Okay, so it's a new turn. Reiwa can probably make a pretty big difference here. So if I move her here, she can still shoot twice. So let's shoot. Let's shoot those guys down. Notice some of those bullets went in a harmful direction. Oh no, and these guys, oh, they're in better shape than I thought. No, they're new guys. These are not the same guys I suppressed over here. They're different guys. Okay. Well, Carta can get out now and help. So, I don't know what her chances are. The pirate pipe gun is supposed to be pretty good at suppressing people, right? In theory. This thing, though, does 30 suppression. It's mostly anti-vehicle, though. And so I'm not sure how effective it is against people. It might be almost ineffective. And I'm nervous, so I'm gonna use normal shooting. Okay, they are suppressed. So that's good. And because it took so long to get out of the vehicle, she can't do anything else. Oh gosh, they're really just charging in on me, aren't they?
Let's do this.
Okay. So if she moves there, she can fire once. Also there, but it's not drawing me a line of sight towards anyone. So actually, maybe what I want to do is just get her as close as possible. Because no one's going to be shooting at her.
Eyes on.
Unless, holy crap. Okay, well, here, let's deploy her. Oh, but they don't see her either. Nice. Okay, cool. These guys are moving around now.
What?
Okay, new round starting. So my only goal, I don't have to defeat these guys. My only goal is to get these guys into this square. And once I do that, I can get out of here.
Sir.
So let's focus on that. Let's focus on what it will take to make that happen. So if I run him out here, he's exposed to these guys and he'll have a little teeny bit of cover from them, but they can move before they fire. So that's nerve-wracking. What else can we do? I mean, we can, but yeah, so we can suppress the most important threats.
Orders.
Like, who can she shoot at? Can she? Yeah, she just barely can't shoot at those guys.
Sir.
So, I think I might. Actually,
What?
I might need to send Reiwa after them. Because they've got to cross this huge thing and there's enemies over there. Like. So the question is, so these guys are pretty well suppressed. Can
Sir.
he shoot at them? No, just barely can't. Oh, that's so frustrating.
Sir.
So it looks like she's got the best shot at them. Oh,
The
they're fleeing. These guys are wavering. If I can make them flee too. Yes! And these guys are wavering.
Trinkets!
Okay, again, trying to avoid killing too many enemies, no longer a priority for me. So let's... These guys are still unsuppressed. I've only got 3 shots left with this thing. But... if I move here, I still have 84 points. And I can wipe them out.
Major, keep your eyes on this Marine.
And then suppress them. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, they are good at killing Carta. Okay. But they've moved now.
Orders?
Which means, as long as I have 40 left, I think I can do a lot of damage to them.
Enemy is suppressed.
Okay, they're suppressed. These guys might come after me, so this might end up being a bad decision. Let's hit the deck.
Sir.
Okay. He can also fire
Listen
from
up.
here.
We're moving.
Carefully. No, he can't. Okay, he can't do that. Well, then I guess he's going to go here. So he's ready
Get
to
to
fight
cover.
off the inevitable flanking attack from that direction, right? Yup, here it comes. Oh, man. Okay, Jane might be in trouble.
Op 4 moving.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Those guys,
Sir.
they didn't have enough movement left to attack. So does that mean... So again, around a corner. What am I dealing with here? Actually, I think I should probably... I could deploy and then fire. I need 60 to deploy and fire. Let's move with 60 left. Oh, crap. This was a new squad. Ah, crap. Okay, I'm really exposing myself here. But let's annihilate these guys.
Not fair.
Oh, they're super pinned down, but they're not actually annihilated. Oh, no.
What?
I left those guys going.
Orders?
Okay, you guys...
Oh man! Oh god!
Okay. Oh, they're fleeing. They're fleeing. Okay. These guys are dangerous. These guys are not quite fleeing yet. I can move far enough as long as I've got 40 left. So I can move a little bit further to try to do more against them. Okay, their cover's real
Keep 'em
good.
landing.
They might be my biggest threat, actually.
Reporting KIA.
Yeah. All right.
What?
So,
Use some help,
what can I do with Carta? Suppress them as much as possible,
Let's flag.
and that's all she can do. I think she's in trouble. Actually, I should have moved her behind better cover. I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, that's what I needed, more people.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Reiwa's got one more shot. Then she's just a tank. And unfortunately... yeah, those guys might be my biggest danger. So I need to go somewhere. I still have 40 moves left.
Armor detail on duty.
Oh, still out of range. Okay. Well, I'm just going to move up here so that I'm in range, threaten these guys. Maybe that'll change their behavior if they know they're under threat. Oh, wait.
More!
I get to start the mission like that. Okay, cool. So they're eliminated. These guys are still a threat. Oh, crap. Are we okay? Okay, they look like they're kind of a short-range team.
Sir?
How have these guys not fled yet? Come on. Okay, let's... Oh, right. I need to undeploy and then move and then redeploy. I don't want to do that. Let's try this vehicle bomb on them just because I feel like it. Okay, it did suppress them, just not extremely much. All right. She's just going to keep holding her own back there. All right, we are deployed, so let's
Leave some for me.
massacre those guys. And then, should I get behind cover from them? They don't seem that dangerous, actually, at this range.
Move out.
I think I'm going to get closer to the vehicle instead. Oh, no. Quit flanking me.
Let's do this.
Okay. So we could just move. And that is what we should do. Yeah, we should just move, I think. Let's get behind cover. As much as I'd like to damage these guys, getting behind cover and getting closer to the evacuation is more important. I guess it's cheap to deploy, so I will.
What?
Okay, actually, let's
Sir.
mount up with Pike. No, don't throw grenades at me, you jerk. Oh, it's just like a flashbang or something. They're taking apart Carter's squad. Okay, so I can't get back in there next turn, but I can get there pretty soon. All right.
Sir?
Let's do this again. Yeah, that didn't do too much.
Enemy suppressed!
If we can keep them suppressed just long enough. Yeah, you better run.
What?
Okay. Yeah, we can't fire or anything, so getting into the base is all we can do. But I think this might be the move that gets me out of the mission. Finish this move
I knew
and
you could do it, Major.
mission accomplished. All right, so I can leave mission whenever I want to. So if I wanted to keep fighting these guys for some reason, like if I had a secondary objective that I wanted to follow, I could, but I don't. So we're just going to get out of here. Mission success. Failed some minor things I don't care about. We got a bunch of gear. So we're going to wrap this up. Now, there's a third mission to go after. But I think this is enough of an episode for now. So let's advance our squads a little bit. Because, for instance... Oh, okay, so first off, I think our guys who lost people need to get some people back. Again, I don't know what my limits are. It looks like there's this 45 right here. Squaddies. Okay, yeah, so I've got 45 total squaddies. So that means that I can only have, among these guys, right now they've got 24 among them. I could recruit enough people to get 45, but I would need to find more squaddies or get more squaddies somehow if I keep losing people. So I need to be. So the fact that I was kind of carelessly losing members of Carta's squad, that was a problem. I don't have an infinite number of those. Actually, they all have individual names: Thor, Dropship, Beater, Biteback, O Money, El Maestro, Grimes. They all have weird names, which I love. But they, I will run out of these, and I don't know how to obtain more. So we got to be very careful. Pike, we're gonna put him in some armor. So this stuff, it's better armor than like the regular fatigues, and so he's gonna be more resilient. Do we only have the one? I think so. Yeah, we only have the one of these. We do have more outcast rags, but I think everybody's already wearing those. Oh, but because he's got this on, he can have a second benefit here. So why don't we give him all the bombs? Or should I give him more bullets? Giving him an anti-vehicle weapon does seem smart. But maybe that should be at the expense of an anti-infantry grenade. And he should be able to shoot more. That might make sense. So I can level somebody else up, by the way. So maybe I should give Pike the ability to wait in combat, because that just seems tactically useful. So I can basically, if I'm not sure what the enemy's going to do and I want to wait and see, I can have him go first but do this wait move, and then he can
Service is always
act later on. So I'll give him that. Did we get any other special? We only have pipe guns, and we didn't get any new like fancy squad weapons. So I think that's it. But because we didn't get a lot of stuff I wanted to use, we now can go to the black market and sell some stuff. And now that we've got 60, we can recruit a new squad mate. So I'm going to make this trade. So actually, do I want to... In case here, let's swap that for that. Because being able to switch somebody's primary weapon to get just in underweight, basically, was helpful. So I kind of want to hold on to that one. So we'll trade. We've got a dossier, and now we can recruit Jean Sai. And she has 90 action points, so less than normal. Accuracy's not that great. What's she good at? I'm not actually sure when these numbers are high and when they're low, so I'm not sure. But whatever, let's bring her in. Yeah, spend 30 authority. This is authority. I don't know how you get authority. So I'm still new to a lot of these features. But yeah, so I'm going to quit this now, but maybe we should come back and finish this final mission a little bit later in another episode. I think that could be fun. But yeah, here is my subscribe button. Here's links to other videos, and if I do come back and make that second episode with this one, it'll go there. So I'll see ya.